Good morning. It's the 26th of June. Let's look at what we've got here. We had some news at 7:30, quite a bit of news, and the market dropped off of that news. This is a 1-minute chart. This is my 5-minute chart. This is my 15-minute chart, which is 15-minute chart's kind of the chart we look at the most. But as far as the longer term, I didn't want to do that. Hang on. So you can see that this came down and rejected after that news. That does not mean that it's done going down or that it's not going to go down because of that news. It just means it rejected temporarily. It also means that we have a balance point up here where I've got this blue line and possibly all the way up to the tip. When you get a news event in and you get a big down move or up move, uh, the tip of that, both of these become places that the market will have to return to because they're way out of balance here. So this wick here, the bottom of this wick here, and the top of this wick here are both places the market will want to go back to balance. Right now we're chopping sideways. I would say if we get below this little area here, where we put in a stop, where this area stopped, then we probably will go down to here. Where it goes after that, I don't know. Right now, what I see significant is that we had a gap up right here on this 1-minute bar that hasn't filled, which tells me that there's quite a bit of buying going on. We are above the moving average here. We are below the moving averages here, and we are below the moving averages here. We're kind of at a point on the 5-minute, 15-minute, where if it's going to stop going up, this would be about where it would stop going up because the price has pushed back into the moving averages on the 15-minute. Um, you can see that our moving averages, the 9 and the 22 are sitting right on top of each other, and price is pushed right back up into that corner. It will do that a lot of times before it goes ahead and starts back down. So we'll see. At this point, I would not take a guess. Yesterday, I had a pretty good idea what the market was going to do. Today, my gut feeling is the market really needs to sell off a little bit just because it's been going up and up and up. We need a correction day, but I would not want to, you know, take too much of a guess as to what's going to happen. We will trade what we see, and what take the opportunities we're given. Trying to predict market direction before the market is really, that's how you go broke. Secret to being a good trader is not knowing what the market's going to do before it does it. It is trading what the market's doing and not what you think it's going to do or should do, because uh, many times you can have good news or bad news and the market will just completely ignore it. Okay, so see, we're right there. See, we had a flash order right there. See how that flashed up? That's typically significant of a large order coming in. We're at about a minute before the open, so we've just had a big buy order come in. Sometimes that's a trap. Sometimes it's legitimate. If you look at the volume bar here, that was the biggest order of the day so far in this little area of volume. That leads me to believe we're probably going to go up. But again, we'll see what happens when the market opens. We're about 40 seconds from the market opening. Got my order incorrect. I've had a pretty good week, so I'm going to be conservative today. I try to be conservative every day. Yesterday, like I said, I had a pretty good feel for what was going to happen yesterday. Today, I do not. So if I can get one 10-point trade today, I'd be very happy. If you can get one 10-point trade every day, you can own your own island. Uh, that very quickly turns into, you know, $1 million a year if you're smart about it. All right, so we're trying to push up here. We're fixing to open. I'm going to put my finger on the buy market key this morning. We'll see what happens. I could be 100% wrong. See if we get a little push down the fake move trap. Kind of what that looks like. We'll see if it rolls over. Had a lot of time left on that bar is the only reason I bought that. Okay, so let me explain why I did that. I did that because of this big order here, and because this thing came down and then it pushed back up and rolled over. And if you notice, I waited until it rolled over to green before I bought it. The other thing was we still had 40 seconds left on that bar. So if if one of these bars is going to push down and then pull back a little bit, it typically won't do it in the first 15 seconds. If it only took 15 seconds for it to come down and then push it all the way back up, then made me feel like we had, at least for the moment, we had quite a bit of buying pressure. Now, what's going to happen now? If you look now, we're just chopping. So to some degree, I got lucky there, but I want you to understand the logic behind what I'm doing here. Um, it was because of how quickly that rejected back up into a buy bar was the reason that I bought it. And as you see now, this is why you don't hang around try to get 20 points out of stuff, because technically I was probably wrong. I may very well have been wrong about market direction, but I still made my money. So we're up $200. I think what we'll do is we'll be very patient here and see if we can't do something. All right, I'm going to buy that. I'm spending their money. That rejected pretty quickly as well. Nope. All right, so now we're just chopping. I'm going to try this one more time. We're probably going to get stopped out again here. Get All right, guys, this is turning into Chop Fest. Now, I've only lost a little bit of money here because of the way I did this. So you can't really trade this. I'm going to look at this. I may give this one more shot, but really right now it's pretty hard to predict price direction. It looks like we're going to eventually here move down. All right. So let's see what happens here. We may end up getting a decent entry. Let's see if we can get a decent entry here. Now we've got a little order block right there that the market might want to come back to. So you're going down like this. This is really hard to trade. That looks like a liquidity run. Oh, no, 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 no. We don't want to do that. Come on back up. There we go. This looks like a liquidity run to me. So we shall see. We're going to very quickly start moving this up. We'll get this back to break even very quickly. We'll see if this will push on up here where it needs to go. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. This is going to be my last trade of the day. We're at 12. Keep that there where I don't lose any money today. Okay, so I made all my money back there. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and get back in because I'm at even right here, and I think we've got a shot here of going up. Um, I think this was a liquidity run to the downside. You see how price keeps rejecting back up. Pretty ugly, pretty ugly opening. Not really, not really great. I'm gonna close that out. All right. Well, we are sitting. Yeah, we've not lost hardly any money here this morning. I think we're actually going to move down here, folks. think that's what's happening here is we're moving out sideways toward the moving average, but I think this thing is going to end up pushing down. Let's just be patient here and see if we can't catch this. Yeah, it keeps pushing down there. Not, not the best morning. You can see this is about as ugly as a morning trade can get, but it's not going to be easy every day. I kind of anticipated today would be tough after how easy yesterday was. You don't get 2 easy days in a row. All right. So what we're doing now is we're fixing to roll over to the downside. And I hit the sell market and it didn't enter there. I missed my button. Let's see if we'll push on down. Okay, I'll move that stuff in. Okay, so we got out of that. We are basically at even for the day. This is the way it goes sometimes. I'd rather lose a couple $100 than or make a couple $100 right now. I'm at even, so I'm going to sit here and see if I can't figure out what this wants to do, and we'll take one more shot at it, see if we can't leave here with a little bit of money in the bank. We are 7 minutes in. Okay, so now I just want to push on down. See if we get a good pullback here. That would be really good to sell into, but I think it's probably going to extend on down. Should extend on down from here. Once it gets below that wick there, it should push on down. Come on, push on down. Push on down. We're not going to lose any money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I ended up at $132 profit. Given the ugliness of this situation today, now that's per contract, guys. I could be trading 10 or 15 or 20 contracts. I mean, that could easily be $1,000. Um, I'm very conservative right now because of everything that's going on in the world, and we're the clean opening we got yesterday is really more of a normal opening. I used to get 2 or 3 of those a week. Now I'm getting 2 or 3 of them a month. So the openings have been tough. But what you want to look at here is we pushed up here, then we came down, and then you see this little consolidation pushing into these moving averages and a rejection there. That's what told me we were going to move down. And I had said we needed to go down here. So let's see if this pulls all the way back up here. If it pulls all the way back up here, I might sell it one more time, but I think I'm going to call it a day. I liken trading to fishing. You can be the best fisherman in the world, but some days the fish just don't really bite. You're not going to go, you're not going to go load the boat every time you go out to go fishing. And so some days you take what you can get. And today's kind of been one of those ugly days where, to be quite honest, I'm thrilled not to be down quite a bit of money because you could very easily have got chopped up in here, and I got lucky a little bit, but yeah, this is going to push on down. The way we see the rejection bar here, it leads me to believe that we're going to go ahead and extend this range down, and it could extend down quite a bit. We'll see what happens here. If this order gets filled, see what I'm going to do. I'm going to cancel that. Yeah, we're rejecting here, so let's call it a day. Be glad we made a little bit of money. It was certainly not pretty, but that is the reality of trading. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. And I promise you, if you can just make a little bit of money every day, you can change your financial world with trading. It just takes time.